Hey, and welcome to the second part of section 8.2, multiplying a polynomial by a monomial. So again, we're going to find the product. Here we are just taking this guy times this guy to get a, multiplying the numbers now. So we get a negative 21x to the, and what do we have to do with the exponents? We have to add the exponents, so it's x to the fourth. Then y, remember there's a 1 right here, so 1 plus 3 is 4. Then we're going to take that negative 3x squared times y to this guy. Now it's a negative and a negative, which make a plus 3x to the third, y to the third, because we add the exponents, multiply the numbers, and then finally take it times, whoops, that guy, to get a minus 12, because negative 3 times 4 is a negative 12, x squared, because we still have to bring that tag along, x squared along, and then y squared. Is there any like terms? No, there's not, so that does it for number 1. Now number 2 again. Very first thing we have to do is distribute here, and then simplify. So let's go ahead and distribute this 3. So when we distribute that 3, we're multiplying it times each term inside the parentheses. So it's 15x squared times this 2x to get plus 6x times here to give us negative 12. Now we're taking this negative x times here. There's no number to bring along with the negative x, so it's just negative 7x to the, when you have a variable multiplying by the same variable, we have to add those exponents. So we have negative 7x cubed minus 2x squared, and then finally we have a plus 3x. Now let's go ahead and combine all like terms. Well, I have that to start off with. There's no other cube, so it's negative 7x cubed. Then I have a 15x squared and a negative 2x squared, so when I combine them, they turn into a plus 13x squared. Then I have, I'm going to put it in a triangle here, which is a positive 6x, and I have a positive 3x to give us a positive 9x, and then finally minus 12. We can simplify no more, so that's the answer for number 2. And now we are asked to solve. Remember, with that equation sign, we have to have an actual answer. We have to have a numeric answer. So let's go ahead and start solving. Let's take care of our parentheses first by distributing these n. So it's going to be n squared minus 4n. Distribute here to get n here to get a n squared plus 8n. Now going across the equal sign, I have here and here, which gives me an n squared minus 13n. Here also gives me an n squared because we have to add those exponents. Here's a 1, there's a 1, we're adding those exponents, plus n, and then that 16 is not in the parentheses, so there it is. Now I'm going to simplify everything first before I start moving things. So here and here comes out to be a 2n squared. Here and here comes out to be a minus 12n, and then plus 16. Over on the red side, I have just this and this for like terms, so it's a 2n squared plus 4n. I lied for like terms because I have this guy and I have this guy. So now we're ready to go across the equal sign. How do we do that? Well, I'm going to take this 2n squared first because it's the biggest power, and I'm going to move it over here. So when I subtract this 2n squared and 2n squared, whoops, that's a bad looking line. Let me try that again. So this cancels out, bring down your 4n equals, I'm going to clean everything up a little bit, that's also gone, minus 12n, and then bring down my plus 16. Now since my number is over here and my variable is right here, I'm going to move this 12n over to this side just so I don't have to move things twice. So I'm going to add 12n here, and I'm going to add 12n there to get 16n equals 16, and then you can do your most fun part by divide 16 by both sides because we are undoing undoing multiplication to get n equals final answer of 1. And again, if you plug this 1 into all of these n's, you should come up with the same number here and the same number here. Let's try this one. Now this isn't going to turn out to be a polynomial, but I just want to show you how to multiply something like this. So now we're multiplying it here. Remember there's like a 1 in front of there, so it's just going to be 4. And now what do we do with our exponents of the same variable? Well, it's going to be x and then 1 plus a minus 1, and then y, a negative 2 plus 4, right? And now I'm just going to go ahead and add it. I'm not going to show it like that the whole time, so it's going to be a minus 7x. We are adding these exponents, so it's going to be a negative 2 only to the x, y to the third, plus, and then x squared, y to the negative first. So now let's clean this up a little bit. Here I have 4x to the 0, y to the second, minus 7x to the negative second, y to the third, plus x to the second, y to the negative first. Clean some things up more. We have 4y squared, and why is that? Because anything to the 0 power turns into 1 minus 7y cubed, and that's all going to go over x squared, because what does a negative exponent do? It moves it to the bottom, plus x squared, and again we have a negative exponent, so that moves it to the bottom, over y. Now this here is not a polynomial, and why is it not a polynomial? Because we are dividing by variables, which is not allowed in polynomials. But again, I just wanted to show you this to show you what would happen with this negative 2. And the last one, everybody's favorite word problem. We are asked to find the area of a trapezoid with a height of 9 feet. So the first thing that we have to do is actually know the formula for the area of a trapezoid. So the area of a trapezoid is 1/2 the height plus or times base 1 plus base 2. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to plug everything in just here and here into my formula. And how do we do that? Well, I have 1/2, my h is h because that's the height, so it's 1/2 h. And now my base 1, I'm going to let this be my base 1, so it's going to be 2h minus 3, and then plus, this is going to be my base 2, so it's 2h plus 7, and then close up the parenthesis. Now I could distribute this right away, but I see some like terms in here that I can combine, so I'm going to go ahead and combine those. So 1/2 h, and I have here and here for like terms to give me 4h, and then I have here and here for like terms to give me plus 4. And so now, once I close it up, now I can distribute that 1/2 h to both. So that 1/2 times 4 is a 2h, and multiplying the h's to get h squared, and then plus 2h. So now this is our formula, but is that the answer? We have to make sure we found the answer. It says find the area of a trapezoid with a height of 9. No, this is not the answer. We have one more thing to do. It says height of 9. What do we have to do with this 9? Well, we have to plug it in for this h and that h. So we have 2 times 9, and that h, that 9 is squared, plus 2, 9. Close it up. Now I'm going to keep going with this, so it's 2 times, now 9 times 9 is 81, plus 18. Then 2 times 81 is 160, 2 plus 18, and then we add this up to get 180, and now we're looking for area. Area is measured in units squared. What are our units? We have feet, and so it is feet squared. And so that does it for section 8.2, multiplying a polynomial by a monomial. Good day.